Okay, take two. Hi, I'm Fishing Phil, and I did a little mod on my Hobie heavy-duty kayak cart quite a while ago, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. First problem I had was on my fourth trip out with my new kayak back in 2013. One of these plastic shims decided to slide down, and I had it as tight as I could, and it still slid. And I ended up putting a groove in my hull of my kayak. It was nothing serious, just cosmetic, and I'm thankful for that. So my first step was to modify this cart so I had no more slippage. I readjusted the shims and I put in stainless steel bolts and stop nuts and double nutted it, and now I have no more problem. My second problem that I noticed with this cart was these wheels. They're just very wide. Excuse me while I rearrange. We're looking at a 3-inch wide wheel with no bearings. So you don't just have these wheels sinking in soft sand, you have a very high resistance against the tire tread because it's so wide. So it's very agonizing trying to pull a kayak that's loaded with gear over 100 pounds through soft sand on those tires. Actually downright sadistic if you ask me. So I remember there was a web site that I used back in my Cobra Fish and Dive days, and I went to paddlecart.com. Paddlecart.com, and what they have that these other wheels do not have is they have a skinnier wheel that is inflatable with double bearings, and the wheels run about 20 bucks a piece. So instead of a 3-inch wide wheel, we're looking more at a 2-inch wide wheel with bearings on both sides of the wheel. Like I said, 20 bucks a piece, half the width. These things cut right through the sand. And yes, they do sink just like the bigger wheel, the 3-inch wide wheel, but there's less surface resistance on the tire tread because it's half the width. Also, it has double bearings, so there is no friction on the axle whatsoever. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So what I'll do is I'll put one of these paddle cart wheels on here. Okay. These bearings do come out of the wheel, so you can clean them, rinse them off, put WD-40 on them, and then you put them down in there on your cart. And this wheel has double bearings. You can see how long this is spinning. There is no friction whatsoever, considering the other wheel that has no bearing. Okay, I think that's enough because it's still going to keep turning. Okay, so now if I was to do the same thing with this Hobie wheel, look at that. Not good at all. Yeah, it spins, but it doesn't spin half as good. So my conclusion is the skinnier the wheel with the double bearings, yes, it buries in the sand, but there's less resistance on the axle and on the surface of the tire tread. So this helps you get your kayak through the soft sand very easily. I also put the cart in the center scupper holes, which almost centers the kayak, almost. So you're not really lifting the weight of the kayak as you move it. It makes it very easy to transport, especially when I come from the parking lot onto the launch in La Jolla. I also put a long Velcro strip I got at Harbor Freight and used some 65-pound Power Bro to tie it on there. And I can put my cart upside down into my handle on the back of my kayak and run the Velcro around twice and know that I'm not going to lose it. Well, I hope this mod entertains you and teaches you something and makes it a little bit easier to move your kayak.